Bowman. I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm a student at Westover Hills Elementary School.
So I'm Miss Wilson, and I'm the CIS Site Coordinator at Westover Hills Elementary School.
My favorite things to do is play basketball. Sometimes I come to Westover and play basketball, and just stay here until it's ready to be night time.
David was in 3rd grade at Henry Marsh Elementary. That was our virtual year. And then that summer, he was placed into foster care. And so he started at Westover in 4th grade. Beginning of 4th grade, he kind of laid under the radar and stayed under the radar. And then about January or February, we started to hear his name a lot. David was kind of leaving the classroom a lot. He was not completing his work. He was kind of shutting down and kind of tuning everybody out. And so I learned that he had been part of CIS at Henry Marsh. And so I was able to talk to Miss Johnson there. She let me know about someone named Mr. Battle. And Mr. Battle was kind of a former teacher and mentor for David. Maybe a day or two later, I was walking down the hall and I see several teachers and admin kind of outside his classroom, and David's standing there, and I walked over and I said, "Hey David, I know you don't know me, but I'm Miss Wilson." And I said, "But do you remember Mr. Battle? If you go into the classroom, I promise that I will connect you with Mr. Battle this week." And so it took him about a second, and he thought about it, and he went into class. And then the next day he came in and he brought me his CIS form. And then that week we had a Zoom with Mr. Battle. He was someone that he loved and that he cared for and that he knew was a safe person. And so because I could make that connection for David, it kind of allowed us to kind of have a connection from the beginning. And then after about a month, we had developed a relationship. And so last year he spent a lot of time in my office. We did a lot of supports and interventions and just kind of talking through feelings and kind of why we were having a hard time in class or things like that. David really was pretty quiet last year. He was kind of reserved, and there was a few times in my office where you could just see kind of that shell kind of breaking down, and he would just kind of unload, you could just tell he's kind of been carrying a lot of things and kind of a lot of weight.
My mama, she would drink a lot, and she would go out at night, and she'd leave us at home. And one day, we had to go into foster care. We have this tarp with different emotions on it. And last year, I put mad, frustrated, and sometimes calm, not all the time. It was hard, but I found the strength, and I did better from how I used to be. This year, I mostly put relax and goofy.
This summer, I actually was meeting with our principal, and she was talking about some leadership opportunities for our 5th graders. And I said, I really think that's something that David could do. I really think we need to, give him some leadership opportunities this year. I really think he could do that. And so he came in over the summer and did some practice, and he's now part of our Westover Hills camera crew for our morning announcements. And he's our secret mascot, Justin Beaver. He was a huge part of our Black History program with Michael Jackson. This year, we've just seen a lot of growth in him, and one of the most growths with David this year is just his relationships with his teachers. He loves his teachers. He jokes around with his teachers, with me, but also just friendships. I feel like because you've been in the school now for 2 years, you've been able to really make some really close friends. He comes to visit me a lot now, but it's just to kind of check in and say hi, and he comes to group, but we've really seen a huge improvement in just his attitude and his behaviors and just his leadership in our school, and we're really proud of him for that.
I come to school and I tell myself, today's going to be a good day, and I'm hoping for the absolute best outcome. And I'm thinking about what that could be, and I'm thinking about what could I do to make that come. I love hanging out with my friends, as every teenager does, talking to them once a day for 2 minutes. That just makes my entire day. I've always liked just riding around on a bike or just running around, period, just getting some energy out. If I put my mind to something, I feel like I can do it. I love to sing. I'm in the select ensemble.
It's a select group that she's in. Like that, it is a big deal.
Mr. Four selects people who are just
Amazing.
participant. I mean,
Yeah. My name is Jennifer Collins. I am the Communities and Schools Site Coordinator here at Fairfield Middle School. And one of the things that I do is support students in various stages of needs. And that is how I met Victoria.
I've been through a lot of bumps. Huge bumps. Hard places, losing people. When I was a kid, my biological father went to jail. I lost my mom in a car accident on October 23rd with my little brother Gabriel. So it was really hard.
The school counselor's office called me and asked if I could come speak to a student that was in crisis. Of course, my thoughts are, oh my goodness, this, poor child has lost her mother and her 8-year-old brother. The first thing I could think of was just letting her know that there was a safe place here at school, that she could always come.
And I'm like, oh, okay, can I come now? And we go.
Didn't know me. We've been together every day since. She spends time in my office all the time.
I've been there every single day that she's here. Every single day. There's not been a day that I've missed.
To pull up and just see a student that you know is waiting for you and wants to see you, like I drive to school thinking about it. I wish I'd met her sooner because she is a special, special student.
Thank you.
I tell her these things all the time. One of the biggest components of Communities and Schools is that we provide students with a community of support. So we got her enrolled first into a group called Real Girls, and it was basically a support group for female students, helping them really, being a positive person in the school environment. So she completed that group. She participates in an evening group called Strengthening Families. She is in my office. We have one-on-one conversations daily. So I think that's been more important than the actual groups that she's been participating in, that relationship.
It's like so inspiring. It's just nice to have somebody around like that who you know that you can lean on, but also who can be there for you too. She's been there for me when I needed her the most. When I need somebody to talk to, she's the first person I can think of.
She values her friends, and she is a friend to the end. She isn't late. She's here all day, every day, positive attitude. She really has experienced a lot, more things than most of us as adults have been through, and has come out of it even stronger. She is one of the most resilient people I have ever met.
You really have to work. You have to push yourself through it, and you have to have a lot of self-worth. I can do this, I got this, I just need to try to be my best self. And once you realize, hey, I am my best self, that's all you need. That's all you need.
This is our opportunity to just remind her and show her what we all think of her. Even though she has promised that she is not gonna lose communication with me, I want her to never forget how many people love her and how many people support her and think the world of her, and just look at her in awe and just prove that no matter what you face, that you could come out of it a better person.
I'm so appreciative that I can be here today, and I just wanted to say thank y'all so much.
I'm Janiah. I'm a senior at John Marshall High School.
And I'm Miss Joyner. I am one of the site coordinators here at John Marshall. Janiah is one of my case managed students. So you want to talk about your grandmother? Start with your grandmother.
It's a long story. It's a very touching story. A long story that's very sensitive to me. Well, my mom wasn't in my life. She was incarcerated since I was little. This is when me and my dad didn't have a good relationship. We weren't speaking. So I was trying to build a relationship with my grandma. She took care of me since I was a baby and my siblings. My grandma, she got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It's hard seeing someone you care about just deteriorate when all you know is them to be strong. So, my mom had finally got out. I had to talk to her and let her know that she had to get herself together for me. And then August 3rd of 2022, she passed away.
She lost 4 people within the span of 2 years. Her grandmother who took care of her, her mother, her aunt, and
My
great-grandmother.
I had my wall. Some days I wanted to be around people, some days I didn't want to be around people.
But she made it through and letting the wall down, letting people in, friends, classmates, teachers. I just started to see her blossoming into a beautiful young woman.
This is tough.
It's tough, but it's gonna help you grow and blossom even more. That's why I nominated you, because I don't think you realize your own strength, and you're still growing every day, and I don't know if you recognize that, but you're so awesome.
Janiah's story is one of uttermost resilience, that no matter what life has thrown at her or what situation she's had to overcome, she's still smiling. And not no regular smile, the most bright, beautifulest smile like ever.
I'm very hardworking. My decision to become cheer manager was kind of for me personally. I wanted to become more social, get more active at my school, helping them get their uniforms and recording, going to the games. It kind of helped me open up in general because at first I was shy.
It's just a wall, and I just had to penetrate that wall. I would just give her compliments and tell her I love her every day. And she would say, "Why are you saying that? Please don't say that. You don't mean that." And I'm like, "I do. And I'm going to tell you that until you say it back."
It took a few months for me to open up. And then when I finally realized that she's someone I could talk to, now I tell her everything.
She was leaving one day and she's like, "I love you too." And in that moment, I knew she had arrived.
As soon as I graduate, I really want to go to college for nursing and fill my grandma's shoes. My grandmother was a nurse. She kind of inspired me to help other people be better and be great.
As a CIS program director, our goal is to make sure that we are instilling the foundations of internal support, that you are bigger, that you are better, that you can do, and that you will do. How about that? How about I will be what I want to be?
We really are a safe space for students. We represent an opportunity for growth, and that's what you see now. Really just need one person to care.
Now that I see some people really need help, need that one person just tell them to keep going. That's what I want to do. That's my dream.